Hi, my name is Danielle and I'm a Customer Success Manager here at Rallybound. And in this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the steps of replicating a campaign. Now keep in mind, replicating a campaign is a feature that's available for platform licensed customers. So if you have a license for a single event campaign, you wouldn't have this feature available, but we'd be happy to help you with an upgrade if you're interested in getting the platform license. Now this view that you see is the view that it is available to you after you log in as an administrator for the campaign. You'll be able to see all of the campaigns that you have either grouped into folders or listed here in rows. Now when you replicate a campaign, you're going to want to replicate a campaign that has settings that you want to copy over. And what I mean by settings is when you access the admin panel for any of these campaigns, you come in here and you customize a lot of the details. You will customize the admin email templates, create fundraiser email templates, and autoresponders that are specific for your program and your vision. You'll update campaign settings, enable or disable certain features, select certain fundraiser minimums, etc. And so when you have made these changes and you replicate a campaign, all of those changes are going to transfer over. That's very important because if you come in and you replicate a campaign where changes have not been made, you'll find you'll have to go back and make those changes for each campaign. So make sure you have a complete campaign with all changes made before you replicate in the instance that you're going to be replicating a campaign. Now when you have a campaign with all of the changes necessary, you'll click on the campaign and then you will see on the left-hand side an option that says replicate. There are two ways that you can replicate a campaign. One is to replicate a single campaign for an event that you might be running. Another is to bulk replicate, which is commonly used if you have a series of events that take place throughout the year. An example of this is a 5K that takes place in different cities throughout the country for a calendar year. Instead of going and replicating a campaign each time and making changes, you can bulk replicate, and it makes it easier for you to go in there and make changes for those specific race events. To replicate a campaign, what you do is you'd click on this button, and this is for a single campaign. You would see all the information that you need to enter to replicate your peer-to-peer. In this instance, I'm going to use be change, based off of Gandhi's statement, be the change. That's a quote that I love. Speaks to me all the time. When you select the domain, you'll see the available domains that you have through Rallybound, or if you've whitelisted, you'll see those whitelisted options here. You'd select what the domain is, and then whatever you entered in as the name will be here in the subdomain. You'd enter description, and then your goal amount. And it's very important when you enter the goal amount that you only enter numerical values and you don't enter any commas. We have run into a number of times where our customers have entered a comma and this replicate button remains grayed out. They are confused and they don't know what to do, and it's just a simple fix. So make sure that you don't enter a comma. You can enter the date of the event. If you don't know, no worries. You can just enter today's date. You can always go back and change that at any time. Here under copy settings, you can determine which of the settings that you had already set up you want to copy over. Now when you select these, you can go back and you can modify, update, or change these at any time. But if you want to get started and you think for the most part the settings are what you want to use, you can select all. If you decide that you have a different group of administrators that are going to be running this campaign, you can choose not to copy over administrators, and the same with these other settings that are listed here. Once this is done, you'd select Replicate Campaign. The system would think, and then you'd have your campaign. Now, when I had done the Replicate Campaign, I had selected to keep all of the site content, which means I still have all of the imagery and everything else. When I go to the website, I will see the campaign looks exactly like the Bike for It campaign that I had. But I'll be able to go and I'll make changes to this to make it specific for the event that I'm going to be running. Now, the second option that we have is to bulk replicate. Now, when we bulk replicate, you're going to want to click on this little arrow that's pointing to the right, and you'll see the option to bulk replicate. To do this, you will first need to download the template, which I've already done. The template will give you the names, the fields that are required in order for you to effectively replicate a number of campaigns at one time. As you can see, I listed the names that are here, be the change 5K, hike, and endurance. Be the change for the alternate name, I'm keeping the same names. I was choosing a subdomain or path, which is whatever is going to be listed after the URL. A description, the goal, date, location, and when you enter default state, there can only be up to 2 characters. So make sure you don't try to spell the state out, because then you'll receive an error and you won't be able to replicate the campaign. Once you have your template filled out, you will copy the settings that you want to replicate, and then you will choose the file and you will select upload. When you upload, all of the campaigns that you've chosen to do bulk replicate will show up here in a row. You can then go in and make changes accordingly. I hope that this tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to support@rallybound.com. Thanks so much and have a great day.